Back at it once again. Sharp came here, coming back at you with another video offer of on Amazon.com. And yeah, you had a good topic, man. I liked it. You know, you said, you go ahead, you talk about it.
All right. So the topic that I think we need to talk about. This is a topic. A lot of people don't like to talk about this topic either. But does it pay to be the guy on the side? You know what I'm saying? Does it pay to be the side piece? And it doesn't. And a lot of guys, they look at it like, hey, I got this other guy's girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, she chose me. You know what I'm saying? I'm the man. You know what I'm saying? But what they don't really take into consideration is that basically what they're doing is they're just catering to another man's girl, and eventually she's gonna go back to that guy. You're just the guy to call on the side to have some fun. You come out of your pocket with the money and everything. So she really has, nothing to really lose. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, she gets, caught. She's gonna make some excuse up and be like, "Hey, he was stalking me or something crazy like that."
Yeah, I've seen it happen. I've seen it go left like that too. I sometimes, man, it's just about the sex, having a good time,
Yep,
really. You know,
it's true.
so
It's
it really depends on why. It depends on what the relationship is all about. If it's about just having fun, having a good time, is it about picking up the what what the man at home can't provide, or it could just be just about gutter sex. It really depends, man. And then you got some people, some guys will say, "Hey, I need some tangibles out of this. I can't be the side dude for long term, and it's based on just sex." So it really depends, really. You know, there's a
that's
lot.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
that's that's definitely true. A lot of the time it's based on sex. You know what I'm saying? Because she already has a man. So,
Yes.
as far as her needs as having, a boyfriend or a husband or whatever it is, that's being met. But there's something that's not, and most of the time it's sexual. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing that happens a lot of the times is, the guy or the girl, they catch feelings.
Yeah.
They catch feelings, and that's when it really goes downfall. Now, if you have an agreement where it's just all sex and whatnot, that's fine. But at the same time, you got to have things on your terms. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, if it's just on her terms, you're simping out. You're simping out, and you know what I'm saying. You're not really pertaining your value. You know what I'm saying. The woman isn't going to respect you. And you should know anyway. Dealing with a girl that has a man. You know what I'm saying. You can already tell, you should be able to tell that it's not going to go anywhere, because there's an old saying, those who do dirt with you will do dirt on you. So,
Yeah. That's true. That's a good point. You know, that's that's you have to know that. You know. But a lot of times, it's kind of like I've been in a situation where I didn't know she was married in the beginning, right?
mm,
And once I find out she was married, I'm like, oh shit, you know. So I'm like, yo, this shit ain't. Even if even if she wasn't married, I could not ever be with this woman. So I'm like, I really don't care. I don't care how it ends. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't care. So I found out that her husband was in the military. He was a recruiter at the time.
mm-hmm.
So I said, hey, how long y'all been here? She said a year. So I said, y'all, okay, you got another year or two. Y'all gonna be out of here anyway. So
Yeah,
either I'm gonna move first or you're gonna move first. So the relationship was gonna end. So I'm like, I just took it for what it was, and I was like, okay, cool, I don't care. That's it. So a lot of times, as you have to know, accept it for what it is. You know, that's it.
Yeah. No, it's true. And there's very rare cases, Shargan, where it's like you can beat. There's 100% agreement where it's just like, okay, this is just sex, whatever, and then you know what I'm saying, when it's up, you know what I'm saying, it's up, and you know you guys cool, or you know whatever. That doesn't really happen, but
No,
there
it
are
doesn't.
rare. Yeah, there's very rare cases that it happens like that. You know what I'm saying? So
No, it doesn't because when you're young, a lot of stuff you just don't understand. You know, and as you get older, as I gotten older, I just kind of it doesn't feel good, you know, but it's like, man, shit, I just learn from the shit and move on, man. You know what I'm
yep.
saying? There's no need for me to get upset. There's nobody put a gun to my head. You know, I
Hmm.
knew maybe I didn't know what was going on in the beginning, but I stayed in it even after that. So, I mean, if I can't really blame anybody but myself because
Oh
I'm
yeah.
here having the experience with somebody else. So I'm like, hey, man, that's
Hmm.
it. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
mean, but especially if it's an older woman. I mean, if it's an older woman, you know, it's like, come on, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, you know, that's not gonna really go very far if it's an older woman. You know,
Oh yeah. I mean that happened to me, Shark. That I'm like I said, everything like I talked about, like I went through it. I've been there. I've been the side dude, you know, before, and you know I learned from it, you know. And when that happened to me, I remember the first time that happened to me, I was thinking like, because most guys like they're taking everything that the woman says to be 100% facts.
oh
You know
no,
what
they
I'm
be
saying?
lying. They be lying.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. You know? So it's
listen.
like I was like, man, you know, I'm gonna take this. This is gonna be my girl. This and that. And then when it ended out not playing out like that, and she went back to that guy, you better believe I wised up. I was like, oh man, I was stupid. You know what I'm saying? So
No, you wasn't stupid. You just didn't know. You're inexperienced. That's all it is.
those
That's
are my
all it
younger
is.
days. Hmm.
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know. You know, and you kind of a lot of us we're kind of naive and we're gullible in a sense because we can't believe someone would lie like that.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
so that's where a lot of that shit comes from. You know, you got some people that will lie to get anything they want. I'm like, damn, you had to lie for that? I mean, you could have just asked.
Right.
Damn.
Hmm.
But see, it's like they've been doing the same shit for so long and it's been working pretty well. So if you tell them after the fact, hey, you could have just asked me, and that way I would have been aware of what's going on and the decision would have been all on me. You know what I'm saying? But you got me out here getting in my car, going about where I want to go, and someone might be looking over my shoulder, following me. You know what I'm saying? That type of
Yep.
shit. But if I know what's going on, I'm aware. I made a decision, and if it goes bad, it's on me. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But
Exactly. And that's the thing too, because like you just said, like if you're aware going into it that you're the side dude, if it doesn't pan out for you, you know what I'm saying, like Shargan said, you have no one to blame but yourself, because you
yeah,
knew you were the side piece, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying. And I mean, as a man, like I look at it now, and as a man, like I think that's like really one of the lowest things like you could put yourself into, as a man, because it's sort of like a feminine trait. Now you waiting on her to call you. You can't call her. The minute she calls, you gotta. It's just
yeah.
like
Well, you know what? Some of these women do. They'll answer the phone.
that's true. That's true.
Come on, answer the phone. Yeah, because I can tell you, I met a woman that she's an older woman too.
Mm,
She'll I call her right now, she'll answer the phone
mm,
because because the type of business that she's in, so she can kind of get away with it. That if she get a phone call, she can say, "Hey, this is business."
Play that off.
Yeah, yeah. So some of them will answer the phone, and you can text them too now. So you
Mm,
know, see, it's not like how it used to be 20 years ago. You could not call 20 years ago. You know,
mm.
you had to call you, or
So
use a beeper or some shit like that. But today, oh no, you can you can contact them some way, email, text, phone call. There's always a way.
but my point is like, okay, yeah, that's true, but you sort of gotta go out of your way to you know what I mean? They could be like, oh, hit me up on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah,
got the phone right now. You know what I mean? Like all that extra nonsense that you shouldn't. And as a man, like you shouldn't want to be put in that position. I don't know. Like when I did that shark game, I didn't feel like a man. You know, she's like, oh, don't call me after 7. Text me out for this. You sort of like, damn, like you
well,
know what I'm saying?
let me tell you something that this guy did.
Mm,
A guy that I know personally. He found out that this woman was married, right? And she's in the 50s. He's like 39, right?
mm,
So he said he's gonna finesse the relationship so he can use her for like referrals and business contacts, right? So I said,
right.
"Oh, okay, you're gonna, okay, yeah, I get it." So that was his mo. I mean, he said, "Look, having a good time and having sex is cool," but he said, "Look, I'm gonna try to finesse this thing and get as much out of her before it ends." So he knew what he was getting involved with. He know what that's his thing. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, if you approach it like that, okay, whatever, you know.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I think the worst case scenario is when you don't know that she's married. That's the worst.
Yeah.
You're in
That's
the
true.
dark. You're in the dark, and everybody it is, and it's maybe I might go somewhere, and everybody else, a couple people in that spot might know she's married, but you don't. That's the worst. That's probably the worst position to be in. You don't know
That
shit.
yeah,
She
that
not
that
only
definitely.
not check this out. Not only is y'all hanging out together and she's meeting people in places where y'all go. Know she's married. She's bringing you around people that she know personally that know
Yeah,
she's married. So they
mm,
know how she get down,
mm.
and you don't know.
Yeah,
that
that's worse.
that
Yeah.
shit is the worst. You know.
Yeah, that's worse. That didn't happen to me, Shark Game. I knew. I can't lie. I knew she had a man and shit. That I think I'd be pissed if I was you.
that
Like, yeah.
that shit happened to me when I was in Charlotte. It's like
Mm.
this chick got me around her friends, all women, and probably one guy from time to time. Everybody knew she was married except for me. I'm
Damn.
like, yo, you got me around these people like this, yo. I mean, I don't know these motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah, you
I'm
got
like,
you
yo,
with
you gotta,
exclusive. Like, what the fuck?
I don't like being in the dark like that. That's,
Mm-hmm.
just don't like that.
And then it's
So
like everyone else around you too, Shark Game. It's just like, you know what I mean? You're like, after that, you're like, damn, everybody in that motherfucker was fake. Like, you know?
yeah, yeah, basically, because they're in the back of their minds, they're looking like, does he know she's married? Somebody's saying that.
Yeah.
Somebody. This is crazy, man.
They're holding the door and everything for her and
Crazy.
uh,
But hey, man, see up here where I live, man, shit, anything goes up here, bro. So I met plenty of married women that I asked them, how long you been married? 15, 20 years, 30 years. So I'm like, yo, how y'all been able to stay together for so long? She said, shit. When I leave, He's like, I'll come back when I come back. Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah.
Yo, but you,
Women tell me that.
yo, it's true.
Yeah,
Sharp Game, I believe it though. Like people that nowadays that say 20, 30 years, like it's not like the traditional marriage back then, man. It's not just,
no, no.
man and the good people stepping out. You know what I'm saying? They're having some fun, then they're coming back, and then once it gets to that point, they can't really stand each other. Then they're going out and having some
And
fun.
check,
Come
and
back.
check this. No, there's more to this. And this is like this is like my second time meeting her because we watched football together at the same
Okay.
spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I was laughing my ass off, So the second time, 2 weeks later, I went back to the same spot and I was sitting down and she walked in and tapped me on the shoulder. I said, "Oh, hi, how you doing?" or whatever. So I gave her a hug and she said, "Hey, I want you to meet somebody," right? So I'm thinking like, who the hell she want? You
Yeah.
know, she introduced me to her son, her
Oh,
husband, and her sister. So I'm like,
wow.
what the fuck? Yeah, yeah. I was like, yo, this is kind of weird, yo. So the son was like, yo, who this?
Oh man.
Yeah. So now I didn't know that was her husband sitting by the son. I just thought it was somebody in the family or something like that, maybe her sister husband or something like that. So a week later, we was at another spot, and she was telling me about she got medical problems. She a diabetic. She got
Mm.
high blood pressure, and something else wrong with her too. I said, "Damn, you got all kind of problems going on with you." I said, "You shouldn't be drinking. What are you doing?"
Right?
She's like,
Yeah.
"Well, yeah, shit, you got to go sometime." I said, "You crazy."
Not
That's when
today.
you crazy. That's when I was like, "Yo, I can't be hanging around this chick. She fuck around, might have a heart attack. I
Right?
gotta call the ambulance, some shit like that." So that's when I found out that I was asking her about her husband, and she said her husband he just had a stroke. I said, "Damn, shit,
The hell's going on over there?
oh no." So that's when she told me, "You met my husband last week." I said, "Oh, that was your husband? Oh shit, I didn't know." Yeah, yeah. I was like, "This chick is wild, yo." Yeah,
Nonchalant, just like that. Like that's crazy.
yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
both of them have medical problems. Her and her husband. I said, "Damn, I don't
Mm.
know, man." So he said she leaves. He said when she leaves, she said, "Shit, I'll be back later." Damn, just like that.
Oh,
Man.
that that's crazy, man. But that's how the mentality is today. He knows. He don't. You know what I mean? He probably
Well,
going to do his own thing.
well, I mean, the poor fella, he just had a stroke. So what? I mean, he can. What he gonna say,
Yeah,
man?
that's
I kind of feel sorry for the guy. You know, so I just didn't want to be involved in that
yeah.
situation.
I would leave that one alone, so I can have to
Yeah,
charge that one to the game.
yeah, yeah. I did. I haven't seen her since the Super Bowl.
All right.
When it's no football, it's dead around here.
Mm.
The bars is dead. You know.
Yeah. No, I hear you with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So women up here, man, they don't care, man. They don't care, man. I mean, what I said in the ATL video, a lot of these women stay in towns like Macon, towns like uh, what's another town that a lot of people go to, man? Macon is one of them, That's one of the main towns where a lot of people they'll drive like an hour away.
Mm-hmm.
They'll come here. They might come here just for a few hours and wild out and go back to Macon. It's like
Yeah.
that, you know. Or they might go to some place like Canton, up 75, you know, or
Mm.
some town called Carnella. I never heard of that shit.
Carnella,
These
I
towns
never heard of that.
that's like an hour away. But
Oh.
they'll stay in these small towns, you know, like Gainesville. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's like an hour. What's the way? Well, it's about an hour and a half from where I live at. But from downtown Atlanta, it's about give it an hour.
Mm.
You know, they'll stay in these small towns, man. They'll, you know, they'll be married, kids, grandkids. They'll, you know, they'll call some random guy out that they had in their phone number for a while. Somebody that they keep in contact with from time to time. Call them up. Hey, where you at? And be like, I'm probably at home or whatever. And she'll say, hey, I'm at such and such spot. Can you come out? If you can't make it, they'll call the next guy.
Oh
You know?
yeah.
And then they,
Yep.
some women come out, especially older women, the ones that having a kind of like a midlife crisis. You know, they want to dance, have a couple drinks, you know, and it's whatever.
Those are the ones you see at the club. You know what I mean? The older
Yeah,
cougars at the club trying to get with the young boys. You know, trying to
yeah,
feel young again.
yeah, yeah. And then a lot of this one chick I met, uh, she having like kind of conflicting thoughts. It's kind of like she has this thing where it's like she know I'm younger than her, and she's older. She have like the age problem. It's like she cares what people think for whatever reason. It's kind of weird, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he said I'm the youngest guy she ever thought about having sex with. I'm like, okay.
Yo, I heard that before. Yeah, they be saying that chick. They be saying that like
I'm like, okay.
the girl told me the last girl I was messing with. She told me the same thing. She's 35. I'm turning 28. She told me this recent too. I still actually still talk to her to this day. She cool as shit, but she said the same thing. She's like, you the youngest dude I ever been with. I don't normally do this kind of thing. I looked at her and said, well, it looks like you doing that kind of thing now.
I know,
I don't
right?
want to hear that. That's like saying I don't usually eat pizza, but you eating pizza right now, so you enjoying it.
Yeah.
She enjoying this shark game, so shit.
Well, I don't really listen. I don't really take a lot of stuff a lot of women say seriously. I don't know how guys even get caught up in that shit.
You can't. You can't.
I'm like, come on, man. You listening to this shit they saying? You taking this shit serious? And guys, they'd be upset. They'd be like, oh man, fuck them bitches. And I'm like, what? Why are you even listening to any of this shit? Hey, look, man, it's like this. Women, what do women own and control in society? Think about that. Not a damn thing. So why are guys listening to what they saying? I mean,
You know what it is. You know what it is. It's that I think you were saying it in the last video or the video previous to it. The roles are reversed. It's looking like now. I believe you're saying that in the last video. The roles are reversed, and the guys are becoming more sensitive, and the women are becoming sort of like the men are. That's really what's happening because if you
yeah,
think about all that, like you didn't hear about that in the past. Guys weren't getting all emotional or carrying what women thought and stuff. This is like a newer generation thing that's been happening over like the last decade or so. I would
yeah.
say that
It's
guys, you
like
know.
women want to dominate guys. I'm like, what are you crazy? You crazy. They want guys to be submissive to them. Oh, I'm
Mm,
not. I'm not ever gonna be like that. I'm sorry.
no.
Oh no, that's not gonna work. I'm
Mm,
sorry. You know, I told a woman over there, I'm sorry. I'm never going to be submissive.
mm-mm.
That's not happening. No,
It's not in your character.
I'm not the guy for you.
Mm-mm. But you know what, Sharp Game? You want to know why I'm not even thinking that that sort of thing is even okay to even like suggest is because there's a lot of guys that are. They're simping out.
Yeah,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
Man, I see white guys being submissive around here, man.
Mm.
It's like,
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
I'm like,
I believe
man.
it.
But you
I
know
said,
the whole thing around here, man. This is all I see, man. Is people just want to have sex with everybody. That's
yeah.
all. That I mean, it doesn't mean anything though. I mean, socially, okay, you can go out and have sex with everybody, and you don't like being judged. Okay, cool. Um,
Mm.
okay, you know, that's
I
it.
mean,
Who
and
cares?
yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too, though. You know, everybody just wants to go out and just be, you know, fucking and whatnot all the time. But like, you know, that like you know, we said, if that's your main objective, you're not gonna win. If all you're thinking about is just fucking all the time, you know what I mean? Like, no one's really. That's really the problem. No one's thinking about building or anything like that. You know,
Yeah,
building an empire. We're thinking about, you know,
there's no
sex.
there's no empowerment in sex. Having sex with a lot of people. There's no, a lot of women have this thing they feel sexually liberated or whatever. I'm like,
Mm,
hey, look, why do you want to have sex with so many people?
yeah,
There's such a thing as too much sex. I mean, what? I mean, there's nothing to brag about. I mean,
yeah.
come on. I mean, when
Mm,
I was in my 20s, people will say, "Oh, you've done the same thing in the past." Yeah, but I ain't proud of that shit. I don't brag about it. I didn't.
no.
I didn't have intentions of doing that shit. I just didn't know any better. I just was
Exactly.
like, you know, I just ran on I just kept meeting women, and some of them I thought they liked me, and they turned out that they didn't. They just wanted sex. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep meeting women until I figure out how to have them stick around me much longer. That's all I was doing basically. But
Strategy.
I didn't get out of my bed and say, hey, I'm gonna try to bag 2 chicks today. No.
That, but that's that exactly though. You were just trying to do something, figure something out until it works right for you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now that's not what a lot of these dudes out here doing today. They're doing that exactly. Like, yo, I gotta get me some numbers this weekend. I gotta get me some pussy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like tonight, Friday night.
Yeah.
It's time to
I, I
go.
never I never I never went to a club just to get phone numbers. I just never look at it like
Mm,
that. I look at it like I'm going to the club to have a good time. If I meet anybody there, cool. That's it. You know,
yeah,
my intentions was to have a good time. Always. Never to collect phone numbers. Because at the club, let's just be honest, the club ain't shit. You got a bunch of
yeah.
drunks and alcoholics.
Mm,
That's the majority. So it's
mhm.
like, yeah, I didn't never had it. The clubs is not the best place to meet people. You know,
That's for sure.
yeah. So
No, definitely. That's definitely
yeah,
the type of.
you see, you have a lot of a lot of women that go to clubs. They trying to, they looking for the side dude.
Yeah,
Or they looking for a
exactly.
guy that they can smash and go back home.
Oh yeah. You looking
So
to be the side dude going to the club? That's the perfect spot for you.
oh yeah, yeah, no doubt about it.
you know.
The club and online.
Yes. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
right.
you know, it's like a lot of these people online. They use a lot of these websites kind of like kind of like they use the club, but the only difference is they don't necessarily got to leave home, and they can like really narrow their focus online. There's
Mm-hmm.
certain websites. It's like for certain types of people, certain groups of people, certain communities or whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of people will like they'll try to use the internet as kind of like a shortcut. They'll say, "Well, shit, I don't got to leave home now. I can troll on the internet all day."
Nah, exactly. And a lot of those dudes that go on to those sites, like POF, Meet Me or whatever, they're basically it's basically a chance for these dudes to pretend to be someone that they're not, because or say things that they would never say normally to a girl that was right in front of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been on those Meet Me site and stuff like that. Those guys on there, I've never seen. Yo, let me tell you something, Shark Game. I'm gonna tell you something funny, man. I had a Meet Me account, man. I recently just I deleted it. Now I went on there because you can do like the free like video chat thing, like you can be live or whatever like that. So I used to get on there and try to talk some real stuff on there to these people. Some people liked it, some people didn't. But I ended up deleting that, man, because it was just too crazy. But anyway, the things that these dudes would do. So Sharp Game, you could take your debit card, right, and you buy like diamonds and stuff. Like $5.99 is like, I don't know, maybe like 700 diamonds or something. So these guys would take their debit card, they would buy those, pay whatever, $10-$20 for all those diamonds. They go to like the girls' sites or whatever, and you know what I mean, the girls would be twerking or whatever, and they'd be like, yeah, send me diamonds if you want to see more, and these guys just throwing them you know what I mean, just for them to dance in front of them. And I'm just like, wow, I was like, this is really how thirsty, you know what I'm saying, dudes out here have become these days. Like, I was just like, wow.
Yeah, webcam sites make the most money, I think.
I believe it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, it's like I think when it comes to online, man, if you're not a good communicator or a good writer, it just ain't gonna work out.
Yeah.
And plus, even if you get a chance to meet the person offline, you really don't know what to expect, because a lot of people put on a persona. And when they get in person, a lot of times, man, it can be awkward, because it's like a lot of people kind of like, they say, "Oh, I'm an introvert." I'm like, "What? Why'd you come out here? Why'd you come out here, man?
That's crazy.
I don't want to hear that shit." What's the matter with you?
Man.
Yeah, a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm an introvert. I'm an extrovert." Who cares?
Yeah.
You can't say hello. You can't talk. What's the matter with you? So it's like, you really don't know what you're gonna meet. That's why I always say, meet. Don't sit online and chat forever, for weeks and months. As soon as you get a chance, meet as soon as possible. That way you won't waste your time.
That's true. That's true.
It's like, I don't understand. A lot of people kind of like, all right, and then you got some people like in a fantasy world when it comes to online. They have no intentions of ever meeting in person at all. They just want a bunch of attention. They want people to like their pictures, like their posts. But I'm like, why are you even on here in the first place? You want some attention, or?
Exactly. Those are the people, and that's what I mean. How I'm saying, people, they have that fantasy, that fantasy world. They'll say anything. You know what I mean? No intentions, like you said, of meeting up with people. Just maybe they don't have no friends. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But it's very. I've seen that plenty of times too. It's very weird to me. I'm just like,
And
and as far
and
as like, oh, what you saying?
go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and as far as like when I see that, I'm thinking to myself, I'm just like, why you people should use those sites. Honestly, they should use those sites if it's for guys to just like, okay, you're doing it to talk to women, so get better at talking to them, and then go out in your real life and apply that and actually meet somebody. You know what I mean? Rather than just playing behind the avatar.
Yeah, and I think technology has really changed the game when it comes to dating today, because I think as far as a lot of women goes, they're very dishonest online. Because you have a lot of, they're dishonest when it comes to guys, but they're very dishonest when it comes to other women. Because you have a lot of women online that will see a picture and be like, "You're great, you're beautiful." I'll be like, "What?" You've seen this before. You might see some. She's saying you're great, and you looking like what? So they're very dishonest when it comes to a lot of things, and this is why it kind of gets awkward if you meet them in person, because they can't keep that persona up in person. They can't do it. So it's like they're really kind of living a lie. They misrepresent themselves.
Right.
So it's like the it's really hard to keep a lot of women's attention, because I mean, at least for one person anyway. So it's because she can always go online and post a picture and get 20 comments. But you, on the other hand, you're like you're only one person. So it's like, you how you gonna compete with somebody that's like that?
Exactly.
And they're always
Exactly.
on the cell phone in public all the time. So it's like, even if they don't, even if they're not on the phone when you're sitting down with them, right? As soon as you go to the restroom, she picks up the phone.
Yep. She's on
It's
the
like,
phone.
how do you can't compete with that? That's like competing against Time Warner Cable. you you can't compete with that.
Nope. Nope.
This is
And that's
why
how
you can't.
that's how it is, and that's why they say, it's impossible to satisfy a woman, because just like that, you know what I mean. The minute you do something, you know what I'm saying, that she'd be like, oh really, like that's how you think. Someone else is gonna validate her opinion of what she thinks, and it's just like, you can't win, because there's so many thirsty dudes out there. There's so many lame people out there that, like, it's real hard to it's impossible to satisfy completely.
That's
You're
why
totally
I don't. That's why I don't pay attention to anything that they say, because number one, I know that you can't get every quality. You can't find every quality of a woman that you want out of just one person. It can't happen. It's
mm,
just impossible. So I don't really. I don't get in. I don't approach women like that. I don't say, "Hey, I'm trying to. I'm looking for a woman with this and that, the long check off list," like a lot of women do. That's delusional. You're not going to
mm,
find every quality you want out of one woman, and it's not happening. And number two, you're not dealing with these women today. They're not like your grandparents or your great grandparents, or they might not be like your mother, depending on how old your mother is. These women are not like that today. So that's over. That
mm-hmm.
so it's like, I mean, I really don't know what to tell a lot of these guys out here today. But I know one thing: if you're gonna have a family, it takes a village. It's gonna take probably more than likely, it's gonna take more than one woman for you to take care of your family, and it's gonna take more than one person to help you take care of your kids. I know that much, and that's just
Sure.
what it is. That's just what it is. You know. And it's been that way since the beginning of the time. This is not my opinion. A lot of people get caught up in their feelings and telling people how they feel. It's not about what you feel all the time. And you know, most people don't care about your feelings anyway. You know,
It's
it's like
true.
a lot of people get caught up in their feelings and they go to the job talking about, oh, I feel this way.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Just do your
So
damn
true.
job or you're going to get fired.
Yep. Not
That's
even your friends or family really, you know what I mean, sometimes care sharp
no.
game, you know?
They might list, they'll tolerate you, you know, hear what you got to say or whatever. But a lot of times, shit, we got our own problems. They don't know what the hell to tell you to do. In most cases, you're gonna have to figure that shit out on your own. Now they might help you, they might give you some advice, but you don't know if that shit gonna work for you because everybody's different.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, that's just
It,
what
it,
it is. That's what it is out here today, man.
mm-hmm. Yeah, man. You gotta do what works for you, you know, and you definitely you know, you're definitely right. It does take a village to raise a family, you know. Today's
Yeah,
time, it's crazy. It
can't
really is crazy.
look today, man. The average woman get tired after she can't even do 2 to 3 things at one time. They get tired. They get
It's
tired after. They get tired after cooking food, bro. Come
mm-hmm.
on,
And
give
they
me a
get
break.
bored very easy too. Sharp game. You know, they always got to be entertained. That's the thing too. A lot of women now, if they're not entertained, that someone's gonna entertain them.
I'm sorry, I'm not an entertainer. If you want some entertainment, I'll take you to the show. I'm not an entertainer. I'm sorry. If you want some
Hey,
entertainment, I'll take you to the show. Turn on the television. You got Netflix. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not trying to be a comedian. I'm not trying to
mhm.
be the silly, goofy guy that make people laugh at work, make people laugh when they come over to the house all the time. I'm not trying to make people laugh at the bar. No, I'm not gonna be the silly Negro. That's not me. That ain't me.
Sharp game. Nah, I mean, I hear you, man. I hear you. It's just like I said, the mentality it's just different in this generation, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Every is you know in the feelings, you know, people's perceptive of you know relationships and just tolerating each other in general
Yeah.
has really changed, man, as well.
Man, you can't say nothing today without. If you stand up for yourself, you're wrong. you're difficult. I'm like, what? How the hell
Mm-hmm.
I'm difficult? You crazy? How the hell you gonna how you gonna mistreat me? And as soon as I say something about it, you got a problem with it. So I'm like, what do you recommend me do? Just take it? Be quiet? Are you crazy? and
Yeah.
if you ask them, I've never had anyone gave me an answer. I said, hey, okay, okay. So I said, hey, okay. So you made it known that you didn't like what I said. You know, you were offended. So what do you recommend me do? And I never get an answer back. They'll say, well, I don't know, but I ain't think you should have handled it like that. So I said, okay, that's why I'm asking you, how should I have handled it?
Yep. Yeah, no answer.
It's like,
No answer.
look, the world is not pretty out here. I don't know what fantasy world y'all living in. I think you've been at the office too long. You get the I said the place where you work, that's the company culture. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's not the real world. That's made up in there. I said
Mm-hmm.
outside of the office, we're around different people. This is the real world out here. There's violence.
Exactly.
There's violence out here. There's killing out here. There's there's people that are evil out here.
Mm-hmm.
there's
Oh yeah.
there's all kind. There's drugs, alcohol. There's people that have mental illnesses out here. There's all kind of stuff that's going on out here. Oh, it's not pretty out here. It's not like this ain't no damn movie and no damn game show.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But a lot of people, they don't realize that though. Sharp Game. They you know what I mean. They want everything to be
pretty.
You know, colorful, and I don't even know, just everything happy. You know, no bad things are gonna happen. Don't you know what I mean? I think everything will be good.
So like, who the hell is happy 24 hours a day?
I don't know, not me.
That's crazy. Who the hell is happy 24 hours a day? Come on. It's like if you really think about that, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, who does, like, people say stuff like on television and people write books saying stuff like cliche stuff like if you kind of like do what you love, it won't feel like work. What?
I don't know who said that, but
yeah, like you still gotta get up. You still gotta use some kind of energy. You still gotta put in the effort. You still gotta. Well, you probably won't get as much sleep as you would like. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know about
that. People are like, and people buy into this shit. Every day, people make it seem like, when it comes to a lot of these entertainers, for example, they see them on stage, and a lot of people show up to see them, and they paid I don't know, $50 to $100 a ticket, probably more than that if you Beyonce or somebody like that, and they just say, hey, this person got it good. They're like overnight success. I'm like, no, they've been doing that shit. What about the times that people didn't show up? You know what I'm saying? What about when the times that 50 people was in the room or 10 people was in the room? That's where a lot of people start from. Or what about when nobody showed up?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It just doesn't happen like that. This is why a lot of people can't lose weight. They can't. Because they think that as soon as they don't lose weight within the first 2 weeks, they just give up.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. The mentality, you got to work hard for what you believe in. You know what I mean? If you want something, you got to work hard for it.
Exactly. They don't want to put in the work. They want, that instant gratification, fast. Everything has to be fast.
Yep, I was just gonna say that too. Exactly. That's how everyone wants it today. No patience, right here and now. You know what I mean?
And a lot of people treat people like that. They treat people like a commodity, like you're a fucking machine or some shit like that. And they'll run your ass through the pipeline. They'll jump from guy to guy. And I'll be like, yo, god damn. Every time I see you, got a different guy. God damn, or a different girl. Damn. You gotta slow down.
Last guy wasn't cutting it. Last guy wasn't cutting it. And nowadays women don't even give you they don't even give you the chance. The minute they sense that you might not be able to do something, they out.
Yep.
They're done.
Yeah. Yeah, so they treat you like, and especially these other groups of women. This is what a lot of us don't understand. A lot of these other groups of women, they treat us like a commodity. So it's like, if you're not a certain type of guy, they be like, oh no, you cut him off.
Exactly.
Because a lot of us, we think Becky is the solution. Like, boy, we got Becky. Oh man, I'm gonna live long and prosper, live happily ever after. No, you're
Mm-hmm.
not.
Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
you're not. That's the fantasy that you're living in, buddy. Because, and a lot of these guys I know personally, they never see it coming. As soon as they lose their job or something happens, or, maybe, something, they have some type of personal problem or whatever, Becky's gone. Boom.
Becky's gone, and most of the time when Becky's there, she's only there for a little while. She's just seeing how it is. You know what I mean? She's sort of
Yeah.
like a little vacation. She don't plan on staying long, Shark.
Yeah. Plus they don't be wanting to fuck around with your family like that.
Oh no, no, not at all,
They don't
not
want
at
to fuck
all.
around with your family like that. They don't want to, you're gonna be secluded basically. Now, a lot of these guys is married. I say, shit, you ain't gonna be seeing him too much, buddy. He's gonna be gone. So
Yeah,
a lot of these guys on the internet, I hear them saying, Becky's better. I'm like, really?
yeah, yeah. You sure about that?
Sure about that? Shit. Maybe you
No,
know something that I don't know.
but then after a while, they see. They'll see it. Once Becky goes, man, I can't believe I thought that, man. You guys were right.
You don't. When you're in your 20s, you just don't know. You don't know. They'll say all the right things too, boy, at the right time. You're like, damn, man, that's a good talker. I say, well, of
Mm-hmm.
course she is. She got it from her mother.
That's
Shit.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It's
that's
crazy,
funny.
man. It's crazy,
Uh,
man. You know,
it is. It is,
and a
man.
lot, and a lot of times, man, a lot of these upper groups of women, it's more of especially when it comes to Becky, it's more of a lust thing, a fetish.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So a lot of guys, if the cooch is good, they're gonna be like, oh no, man, can't let that go.
She's a keeper.
Oh yeah, she's a keeper. Yeah. Well, yeah, when
Oh,
you're in your 20s, you just don't know. You just don't know, man. It's like, but as you get older, you be like, or once you have the experience, you be like, oh man, this chick is kind of cold.
yeah.
I
She didn't
basically
get
got
one over on me.
used. I basically got used.
I
And then
bet
you
you
be
I
like,
won't
and
happen
then you be
again.
like, and then you be like comparing women, the other groups of women. I'd be like, shit, ain't none of y'all too much better, really.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Shark Game, same picture, different poses.
Yeah, yeah,
So but that comes with experience, man. You know what I mean? Once you get the game and you get the experience and stuff, then you'll realize like, hey, the grass ain't always greener on the other side. What you say, Shark Game? It's just
never.
different grass.
It's a different type of grass. That's it, man. Really. The only thing that gets better, only thing that has to get better is you as a
Mm,
person, as a man, as a woman. But we don't do that. We tend not to do that. We tend to point the finger. We look outward because we
yep,
think that everyone else has to change for our life to get better. But it doesn't work like that.
that's true.
Doesn't work like that, man.
You gotta, you
That's the
gotta,
only
you gotta.
that's the only thing that got better for me personally. Once I got better as a person, socially, economically, spiritually, that's when things really started to change. But
Mm,
before that, I was just like most people. I used to always complain about how this person done me wrong, or I used to say stuff like, "When I'm going to get my big break," and
mm-hmm.
and I used to I had a hard time thinking about, well, really accepting just how a lot of women function in this society. You
Right.
know, I think most guys, like I said in the previous video, most guys they kind of want to believe what they want to believe so they can go to sleep at night,
Yeah.
and
You said that.
they can kind of say, well, it's not my fault. I don't have to be responsible for that. It, that's that's them.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, it's true. It's true. A lot of guys don't want to take responsibility, you know, for their actions when it comes to certain things. You know, it's a lot easier to be, well, fuck it, she's crazy.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah, like that. That's the mentality. But I
Hmm.
say it's okay if you meet a woman and she live in a certain type of lifestyle, or she has habits that you don't like. It's okay. You don't have to accept that. You can move on. You can just move on. You don't have to get in the name calling and any of that stuff.
Exactly.
There's somebody for everybody out here.
Hmm.
That's what a lot of guys, you know, have a hard time with because they want to control every goddamn thing. A lot of these guys want to control the woman. They want to act like act like they own her.
They don't know nothing, shot game. It's just their turn.
Why? It's my woman. I'm like, yeah, okay. My woman. It's
So,
mine.
uh,
My woman. I'm
too
like,
much.
yeah, she's yours for now, buddy.
But the minute she gets someone another dude that can do something better, it's his turn now.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
that's how it usually works. You know what? What I say, man, I said, look, if you get with a woman and if y'all have a 15, 20-year run together, that's pretty good. I would consider that to be a good accomplishment. Really.
yeah, yeah.
Because I figured after 15 to 20 years, y'all have a kid, one or two kids or more. And I'd be like, at that point, the kids probably teenagers or older. So I'm like, yo,
Hmm.
that to me, today's standards, that's a pretty good run. Really.
Yeah. That's not bad at all.
No,
That's not bad at all. I mean,
no.
look at like Shark Game. Look at the longest relationships that are lasting nowadays. Honestly, like people that I know, 5 years,
Yeah.
not even. That's like the longest, 5 years right there.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to I haven't ran into anyone recently that told me, hey, I've been married for 10 years, or I've
No.
been with my for 10 years. You know what I mean? It was like, yeah, I was with her for 5 or 6, then we got divorced, and I'm on my second marriage, third. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah. A lot of them on their second marriage. A lot of people are like that.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lot of women are always looking for new the new thing, something
Mm.
fresh. And that that has to do with a lot of women sliding out every once in a while. They always
Yeah.
want to feel alive, and that has a lot to do with sex. And a lot of guys are not in good health when they get older, you know, and a lot of women aren't in good health either. So
Yep.
that has a lot to do with it. The guy, he can't come rise to the occasion like he used to, and she, uh, I don't know. A lot of these women are kind of like,
Lazy.
yeah, that, and a lot of them, they wasn't really into the guy like that in the first place.
That's true too.
So
Mm-hmm.
they dealing with the mental aspects of not he ain't the first pick. She settled with him, and she wasn't really into him in the first place, and maybe she got tired, maybe she just lazy. So
Mm-hmm.
And
That's that.
this is a common thing too. A lot
Yeah,
of women settle. A lot of women settle
you
out here.
you see that all the time with women. You'll see women just, they're not with the guy because that she loves the guy or whatever. She's with him for resources. You know what I'm saying? He can support her, maybe support her child or whatever she has, and like that's fine. But eventually, like you said, that's gonna get to you mentally. Being with someone every day, waking up with them, having to sleep with them, all that stuff, and you're not
Yeah.
really doing them like that, but you're only doing it to be able to survive. That'll
And
eat you a shark. That'll.
yeah, that's where that thirst for sex comes from a
Mm.
lot of women. See, a lot of women have that same urge just like guys do. It's like you
Yep.
when you're around somebody that you're not really into, and you probably don't have sex very often, if any, that shit gonna build up in your ass.
You better believe it.
and and when these women go out, or when some guys go out, it's like they just got to have
Yeah,
it.
yeah, because what they're getting is not what they really wanted. So it's they're out and about, you know what I'm saying, and they see something that that they actually really like. They're gonna jump right on it, no hesitations, no questions asked.
You better believe it. And
Mm-hmm.
I think sex is probably the most powerful urge on the planet.
Mm.
I don't think anything is strong. That urge is inside of all of us. If you don't take control of that shit, you'll ruin your life.
True.
You'll
It's
ruin your
true.
life. If you don't take control of that shit. This is why child support. This is why child support came about.
Mm.
Because they knew that we can take advantage of these fools.
Yep.
Because child support, when it first, a lot of people don't know this, but child support, when it first came out, it was for rich white guys. Because they used to knock them women up back in the day and haul ass. And
Mm.
back in the day, if you wanted a new family, all you had to do was go 10 miles, or go cross town and start a whole new life.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's how child support came about, man. The rich white guys used to haul ass, man. And then that shit became privatized. And then they say,
Mm-hmm.
hey, shit, we can take advantage of these 9 to 5 working class people out here.
Right.
Let the games begin.
It was on since then.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because back in the day, the only guys that were like having a lot of sex, you have to have money to do that shit. You couldn't be no average guy, no income coming in, dirty dude. No, you wouldn't get nothing. Even in the 60s and 70s, you couldn't be no dusty, dirty dude walking around,
Mm-hmm.
no income, bagging all the chicks. No, no. It wasn't happening. No, no, You know,
But
but
today,
today, oh man, you can be a dusty, dirty,
dirty Dick Rodney's running
homeless,
around here.
homeless, homeless, and everything, and
Yep.
he's bagging all the girls at the damn bus station. Untrained.
Oh man,
That that
it's
that
true.
didn't happen. That didn't happen back in the day. No, that's why the standards is so low today on both sides, men and women. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, I mean, if you got some charm and charisma, just take a homeless guy. He ain't got nothing to lose. So he got charm and charisma. He can bag a chick. Get the phone number today. Be over her house tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just like
Yep.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
And
true.
he ain't got no money. He ain't got no place to live. He probably got some decent clothes, but he ain't got no place to live. He might live in a shelter. He might not.
Mm.
But and then some of these women will if he laid a pipe good, she might fix him up, change him.
That's right.
Yeah,
Move him
help him
in.
find a job, let him move in, help him find a job and everything. This shit happens, man. This shit
I
happens.
know.
And then it's
It's
like,
crazy. It's crazy though.
and then you have some guys that will look at this and be like, what the hell I'm doing over here? I got a job.
9 to 5.
I got my own apartment, and I still can't get a woman.
And yo, it's funny because you said that before too. You have listeners or whoever, people sending you emails talking about that they can't get no women. Like, I think to myself, I was like, you can't get one girl. You can't get no girl.
Shit. Today, man. Today is this. This is the easiest than it's ever been in history. God, man, I'm telling you, the internet has opened up shit so wide where it's like, this is ridiculous. You look, man, you can fucking get on Facebook, Instagram, and contact a woman that's in Brazil.
That's what I mean. Women is giving it up like hotcakes, man. Like this.
You be in Miami, Brazil, Colombia, Toronto, Australia. You can be like, yo, I'm coming up there in 3 weeks. And I just want somebody to show me around. You seem cool, blah, 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 whatever. And them motherfuckers will respond back.
Exactly.
You could not do that 15 years ago. You cannot do that. That's like, if you told somebody 15 years ago that you know people that live in Japan, they would say, man, you lying, boy.
They wouldn't want to hear that. Like,
yeah, but today, they'd be like, oh, for real. You know?
Yep.
So it's like, when I hear people saying they can't have problems getting women, I'm like, yo, you're doing something wrong, man.
Yeah, there's something wrong with you at that point. The way the society is today, like, I mean, you must have no social skills. You must not even, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's bad social skills. That's what it is. I mean, you can go to the bar, the local bar where you live, and if it ain't no local bar where you live, it's one to the next town over, for sure. And you can bag a chick out there, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on. Even the old ladies be choosing. The old ladies be choosing, and I'd be like, oh boy.
Yeah. The older women want to give it up too. You know what I'm saying? They become sweet to in their ear. They'll be done. They'll be done.
Ladies, no. A lot of these old ladies be like, they be waiting on me to ask for the phone number, but I like, no. Then when it's time for her to leave, she'd be like, well, I'll come back. I'll be around here sometime. I'll see you the next time.
You know what they say. I like it when they say this, shot game, when they be looking, they'll be like, I don't know if you know what to do with older women. I'm too old for you. I'm like, oh yeah? Well, let me make you feel young again. You're never too old to teach an old dog new tricks. That's what I hit on with Shark Game. Like, get out of here with all that.
Yeah, man. Some of these women are too old for me. You know, I'm like, nah. And you can tell how old they are by the hands most of the time. That usually gives them away. The hands. You know, they might look young in the face, body wise. I look at them hands, I'm like, oh yeah. She about 60. The one thing they'll keep the feet up. They'll try their best to keep their feet nice and the hair and makeup and all that shit. But them hands, no, you can't do nothing with that.
The hands tell a story.
The hands, that's gonna give it away. 9 times out of 10, that's gonna give them away. Now, there's one woman I've met. She got nice hands, feet, body, face, hair, everything. But she's into fashion. So, yeah, okay. She's like an exception to the rule. You know what I'm saying? She's been into fashion for a long time. So I'd be like, okay. She's been keeping herself up over all these years. So she kind of had a head start, you know. But that ain't the average woman, though, you know.
Mm-hmm. No, that's true. That's true. No, definitely is.
Yep. Hey, yo, how long we been on here?
I don't even know how. I can't even see on my side. It doesn't even.
Oh, it's been like shit.
How long has it been?
An hour and a half.
Damn, man. Sorry, man. I mean, I swear to God, man. We get on and time just be flying, man. I don't even know.
Yeah, it's an hour and a half. You know.
We put like mini seasons together for them Shark game.
Yeah. You know.
So
what do you? What you know? What do you?
Yo, I'm here.
What do you think? I'm thinking about writing the next book, but I'm not sure what it should be about. What do you think?
Now, let me ask you: are you trying to do it on both views, or just for guys, just for you know what I mean? Like, how did you want to do it? Because I remember before you said you were up in the air about how you wanted to sort of do the next book.
I'm gonna try to cater to men and women on this one.
Shark game.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can
still hear you, but the picture went out. Yeah. You back now. You back.
Someone tried to call me, so it messes it up. But what were you saying now?
I'm gonna try to cater towards relationships in general.
Okay.
Along with the money making aspect of it.
You know what, Shark Game? That's a good idea. So instead of you know what, that's a really good idea. Instead of it not just being about just relationship, when if you had like, it had like 3 sections then, or you know what I'm saying? So you got your relationship part, it'll have a little bit about the relationship, you know what I'm saying? And then it can have a little bit about the finance, you know what I'm saying? The finance part. And then the last, like if you wanted to do it, you could do it in 2 parts like that, or it could be like the last thing. So finance, relationship. Yeah, but that right there, that's definitely something to think about too. Definitely put finance, relationship. Definitely put finances in there. So you know what I mean. You can get the game with that as well.
And then I wanted to do like I write like a confessions book.
What do you mean by like what kind of confessions?
So like a short book based on my experiences that every guy should know, but no one talks about. It's going to be like less than 100 pages.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to call it Confessions of Mr. Nice. Confessions from Mr. Nice Guy himself. That's what I was going to call it. Yeah, it's probably going to be like less than 100 pages.
What was his name gonna be? The Mr. Night True
Confess,
Confessions.
Confessions from Mr. Nice Guy himself.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, somebody might steal the title now.
If they steal that title, you could do like true sharp confessions.
Yeah, it'll be something like that. You know,
Yeah.
that'll be like that'll be like a short book though. That'll be short. You know, basically
Mm,
it'll be about stuff that if every guy knew, they probably wouldn't see relationships the same ever again.
mm,
Because it's like most stuff that we grew up, maybe stuff that we heard about or our perception of it, most of that shit it really don't. It's not really like that.
yeah. No, you true. You're right with that. You're right
Yeah.
with that.
So
Um.
these are like I would write about. I guess like I don't maybe 5 to 7 chapters, like key aspects of experiences that happened to me that change how I see women in the world. That's what it basically would be about.
Okay. I like that. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. I was
Now,
thinking.
how
Go
you
ahead.
saying? I was gonna say how long does it usually take you to like write the book? Like, are you still gonna do the videos, or do you really just like focus on the book and then cut back on the YouTube videos, or how do you?
Well, actually, no. I'll still put up videos, but probably won't be as it probably won't be as much as I do now. But what I was gonna do was I'll go back to the last. I'll go back to the videos that got the most views,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll write about those subjects, those topics. That's what I was gonna do.
Okay. I like that. I like that, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I definitely. I think it's a good idea for you to do it because I mean I know we was talking. You were saying that you wanted to do another book soon. You know, you just weren't sure exactly when you were gonna do it. So yeah, nah, you
Like I
got my
said,
full. Mhm.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, because I want to do basically a money making book along with the relationship aspect, and the short book, less than 100 page book. That's probably gonna be my last dating book. That's probably gonna be it, really. After and then the book where I was talking about, I wanted to do relationship and money making aspect. That I was gonna pretty much keep writing books about money after that, or making money from home or something like that. That's gonna be, you know, I'm going in that direction now. So I'll probably do one more. More than likely, I'll do one more short book about confessions, experiences that I had, and after that, you know, I'll just transition into focus on making
Financing.
money, finance and economics and stuff like that. Really.
No, let me ask you. Let me ask you something else. So you just so you're saying after that you're gonna go on finance. So when you start going in that direction, are now with the YouTube channel, are you sort of also gonna sort of stop doing the whole relationship thing and everything? Like you know how we talk about a relationship and everything, how you're doing all that on this channel. Is that sort of gonna stop too and go everything gonna start going towards finance? You think? Is you want to just or just you just talking about writing?
No, no, I'm not gonna stop talking about start talking about it on the channel. No, but I'm just not gonna write about it as much.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah, I'm
No,
just
I
gonna write.
definitely understand. I definitely understand. I mean, that all sounds good to me. I mean, I think that that's a win-win right there, Shark Game, as far as putting relationships and finance together. Because you could have some people like, hey, even though everybody needs some, relationship advice, but you got some people like, hey, my relationship's fine. I need to know about the finance. I need to know about that. What's he talking about that? And, hey,
Yeah,
it's right in the book too. So you get the best of both worlds. You get to learn
yeah,
game about, stacking your money and game in the relationship.
yeah. See, I was gonna kind of like, instead of calling it, I was gonna kind of continue with the. It's gonna kind of be like a series. So Love Can't Wait, and then in the next book I'm gonna call it Freedom Can't Wait.
Freedom can't wait. Okay.
Yeah, I was
I
thinking
like
about
that.
using that. Yeah, I think about using that title. Well, it's kind of
Free.
like, it's not necessarily a man and a woman will look at it and be like, oh, okay. And then the subtitle, I don't know what the subtitle would be. I don't know, you know. But yeah, it's kind of like everybody could learn from it,
Oh yeah.
you know.
And
But
that's honest.
yeah, I just don't think that as far as the dating books go, I don't really think a lot of people. Eh, I don't really think a lot of people. I think most people want things to stay the way it is. Being
Yeah.
honest. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Really, I don't think most people. I think most people want things to stay the way it is. They want things, or they want things to be the way they want it to be, and you know that's why I like. I think the second book I wrote, Love Can't Wait. I said after I wrote that, I would never write another book like this again. It really takes a lot of work, once it takes a lot of time. I didn't realize I didn't realize how much time it really took. Because the first two books, I wrote them shits by hand. I didn't write it. I wasn't on a computer
Oh,
typing away. No,
damn.
no. I wrote them shits by hand first. Then I typed it on the computer. Then I got it edited. Yeah. I didn't see, most people, they get on the computer and type their ass away.
Yeah.
No. I wrote them shits by hand, bro.
You trying to be old school with a Shark Game? You have a
Yeah,
little lamp and everything?
because at the time, I'm writing at my mom's house. I'm
Mm.
writing at my house. I'm writing shit. Whenever I feel the vibe, whenever I feel like I want to write, I just open my tablet. I just start writing on this shit. Or I might hear something. I might get inspired. I'm like, okay, I can add on to what the hell he said. I can get my own perspective. So that's how I was doing it. I wasn't like sitting down in a room with a set time, with a clock. Like some people say, hey, I'll time myself how much I'm gonna get done today. No, I don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Of course I have certain days that I plan, but it's not like I get in the writing spirit and I'm sitting down at my desk, like like they do in the movies on the
Mm-hmm.
show.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
I
Get
don't.
your glass of wine, Shark Game.
Yeah, yeah, I don't do that shit. I mean, who does that? That's
Oh,
kind of
shit.
that's kind of weird to me. I'm like, no, it doesn't happen like
Shark,
that for me.
Shark Game, don't lie to us. You know you had a glass of your red wine. You was sitting there.
No, I don't even like wine.
I'm just messing with you, man.
Yeah, like, yeah. So that's how I did it. So the first book took me 2 years to write, and the second book took me 6 months to write.
Wow.
Basically, the second book I wrote because that's the kind of book that I wanted to read in the beginning. Basically, because like it's the whole thing is really all about mindset. Because if you don't have your mind right, and you don't know who you are, ain't nothing gonna work out for you.
That's true.
This is what the people on television don't tell you. If you don't know who you are, nothing ever is gonna work out.
That is
Ever.
fact.
I don't care what you try. I don't care how much weight you try to lose. I don't care how many guys or girls you meet. I don't care how many books you read. I don't care where you travel to. I don't care how much women you get laid with, or men you get laid with, however you get down. And I don't care what you do. If you don't know who you are, you're done.
It's true. Yep. That's true. You don't love the person in the mirror, you ain't gonna love anyone else in front of you.
Yeah. That's the book. That's the book that I always wanted to read, but I never found it until I read The Science of Getting Rich.
Mm.
But that book is basically they approach it everything from a business aspect and a personal development side as well. But they don't combine the relationship with women. They
Mm.
just talk about it from an individual point of view.
Okay, I got you.
Talking about build yourself up. You love yourself. You that's how and you approach that. You take that same spirit and you approach it to business or income, almost every aspect of your life. But they don't tell you how to combine your relationships with a woman to that. They don't tell you how to do it. They just say, hey, you got to have the winner spirit. You got to be excited. You got to, you know what I'm saying?
Inspirational shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically all I did is took the whole concept in the science of getting rich along with my personal experiences and combined them together. That's all I did, really.
Mm.
Yeah. I never read a book that combined the two before. I've never read it. I'm not saying it's not out, but I'm saying I just never read it.
Mm. No, I hear you.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, Shark Game though. I like I said, you definitely got some good ideas. As far as the book goes, I mean, are you thinking about starting that sometime soon, or it's just up in the air? You don't really got a time frame on it or nothing, right?
No, I'll probably start on the small book. I'll probably start that like, I don't know, maybe next month.
Yeah.
But that's not going to be that long. So I can easily do that. Probably like, I don't know, maybe 2 months.
2 months.
Because I figure like I pace myself. I can um I can probably write 2 chapters in 1 week. So,
Mm.
you figure like if I do 2 chapters in 1 week, each chapter probably be 3,000 words. And assuming that it's 7 chapters, you know, I can knock that out a month and a half, 2 months
Yeah.
top. Even if I miss a week, I'd still knock it out in 2 months. You know,
Not bad at all.
but it depends, man. A lot of people probably don't want to hear it. They probably don't want to read the shit. I don't know.
I was gonna say, I don't think a lot of people, not that they don't want to hear the message and stuff, but like people, I feel like a lot of people like now that people don't like to like sit down and read a book. You don't talk to a lot of people like, oh, yeah, I read that on the internet, or I heard that on audio tunes or something like that. But like, I think
Audible.
about You know what I'm saying? Like people, that's the here and now. A lot of people don't like, it's not that they don't want to hear the stuff because they do. They're just too lazy to actually pick up a book and
Yeah,
sit there and read a book.
yeah,
A lot of people.
that's the only reason I wrote the first and second book, because people wanted to read it.
Mm.
That's the only reason. If it wasn't for that, I would have never wrote that shit. To be honest.
No, I hear you. But with you, you got a fan base now, Shark Game. So you know what I mean. So you writing a book, I mean, regardless, you know, your loyal supporters are gonna get it. So you know what I mean. For you writing the book, you know, people are going to want to read the book, and that's
Yeah,
because you know of
yeah.
the
Some
platform
people,
that you got.
yeah, some people, yeah, yeah. It'll be some people that'll go out and get it, no doubt about it. But you know what? Some people have told me. Some people have told me that some shit I wrote might have went over a lot of people's heads, and I was like, you know what? Maybe,
Mm.
maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I know the first book that didn't go over anybody's heads. No.
Mm.
But the second one could have went over a lot of people's heads. Maybe so. You know, because the first book that was more of it was kind of watered down. It's kind of like the same stuff that was out there at the time, basically. You know,
Right.
but basically I was just telling stories about what I experienced as far as talking to women, as far as what happens, as far as why women like certain guys, why
Mm.
women pick certain guys. Yeah, that stuff is pretty. That's pretty what you're gonna hear
Self-explanatory. Yeah.
anyway, right? That's in the mainstream media. That's what you're gonna hear. But I didn't talk about no mindset. I didn't talk about no financial stuff. I just I gave just broad advice. But the second
Mm.
book, that was more of a mindset book. That was more of like, if you become this type of person, these are the types of women that you're gonna get. I mean, this is why women gravitate towards certain type of guys, because of your persona, because of your lifestyle. I kind of went deeper, and another reason why I think it might have went over a lot of guys' heads is because it doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah. Yep. Takes
this
time.
it didn't happen overnight, man. It didn't. You know, so a lot of people, they want that instant gratification, whatever, But one thing I realized is women will read my shit too,
Oh yeah.
and they like it. They like it. You know,
Shark Game. Women like this kind of talk. You know how many women that I talk to, Shark Game, that I put onto your channel, and maybe one. I think one of them, out of the five girls I be talking to, I think one of them was just, she's like, wow, he sort of straight to the point, huh? I was like, yeah, that's a real dude right there. She said, she said one of the girls said, wow, he right to the point. He don't really mess around. You guys, wow. I was like, yeah, that's my man Sharp Game right there. But they liked it. You know what I'm saying? So people, you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
most women that know who they are, they'll respect the game. They might
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily like my delivery all the time, but they can respect where I'm coming from. They'll say, yeah, you got to make a good point there, or whatever. They'll say,
Mm-hmm.
well, I think he's coming from a good place, but I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have said it the way he said it. So most women they can respect that, Now
Exactly.
the women that don't know who they are, they want to live the lie. They have a
Mm-hmm.
big problem with what I was
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of like in the Matrix. You pick the red pill or the blue pill. You
Mm-hmm.
pick the blue pill, You know, it's kind of like, hey, you want to live the lie.
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly, exactly. Everything you talk about, Shark Game, this isn't made up stuff. You know what I'm saying? This isn't made up shit. Like this is all real. So I mean, and that just goes back to what we were saying before about how some people have trouble facing out with the reality. So that's what I said, you know what I mean. Every girl that I showed it to, everybody loved it. There's a couple, like I said, it was like, oh, I get it, but I don't know if I necessarily agree. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
Yeah.
it's real. This is all the real game. And the other thing that shocks most women is that, and this is the other feedback that I got too, Shark Game. I meant to tell you, they thought a lot. Some of the women that I showed your channel to, they were like, "Wow, that's how guys think." Yeah, how did y'all know that? Like they was like, wow. One girl, she said, I didn't. How y'all even know that? I would have never. Like, wow. Like most guys, I wouldn't even have thought to think like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, a lot of women think they respect that, man. You know what I mean? Shark Game. A lot of women, most dudes do not talk the way that you talk. They don't have the mindset that you know what I mean. You have. That's why I told you there were plenty of women that I showed to that they were blown out of their mind. They were like, "Wow, who's this guy? Where's he from?"
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
"He's
mean,
in Charlotte. Calm down."
yeah. It's like, I don't know, I mean, I think a lot of times it depends on how you grew up. It depends on experience, and it depends on courage.
Yeah,
Courage. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of guys, they might know certain things, but they'd be like, no, they just keep it to themselves. You know,
that's.
I know a lot of guys that's like that because it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like they things has been the way it's been for so long for them. So it's kind of like, you know, they'd be like, they don't want to take the risk.
Yeah.
so what these guys will do, they'll just slide out every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Just like some women, they'll slide out every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is. Things been it's been the same for so long. They'll be like, man, I don't want to. I'm gonna just keep it the
Just
way
go
it
with them.
is. Keep it
Mm-hmm.
pushing.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with that is you lose yourself. It's like, I mean, you kind of like you sell your soul like that,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where that build up, that thirst comes from a lot of these men and women,
Yep.
because it's like
Exactly.
you sell your soul in exchange for materialism and just being comfortable. So you pay the price for doing that shit. But that's
Mm-hmm.
when these guys and girls get out. It's like they're thirsty.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Of course.
So
All that built up sharp game. Come on
yeah,
now.
yeah. But a lot of people don't understand how that works because they treat people like we're commodity. They treat us like we're not human sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Exactly.
what Monique was talking about. Monique was saying in Hollywood, you know, the way they do business sometimes, they treat people like they not human. They treat them like they fucking robots.
Yep.
And she was saying that how we just interact with each other. We don't even speak. You walk in a room, like women don't speak. Certain men might speak, but women don't say shit to each other. They don't greet each other. They don't. They act like, we're just the next person that just walk in the room. And Monique was saying that we got to get back to you're a human first. You're a woman. You're a mother. You're a sister. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, in Hollywood, it's kind of like, you know, you're like, what have you done lately? That type shit.
Yeah.
And she said that's what she was coming. That's where she was coming from. She said it's not really about Chris Rock or David Chappelle or that what's that other chick, whatever her name is, the white chick comedian. It's not about how much money they made necessarily. She said it's about, you know, if we don't have fans, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be making the money that we're making. But she
Exactly.
said just be try to just be fair with it. If you're gonna call me a legend, if I have awards, Academy Award, I think, or Oscar or whatever she got, okay, and you know, where do you draw the line at? You can't say, you know, I did a movie last year or whatever, and they'll say, hey, it's all about what you've done for me lately. But she said, if that's true, David Chappelle been away for 10 years, over 10 years.
Yeah. Yep.
Chris Rock been away for a couple years too. So she was like, that something ain't right.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, yeah, that's a good point there, you know.
That is true.
Because she said if you look at the movie, the Christmas movie they did, right? That thing, the budget of that movie was 17 million. And the movie made 45 million. 42 million or 45 million. I think 42 movie made 42 million, right?
Yep.
So she said on just that movie, they made what 25 million profit, right? So it's like, okay, she said that's what I done lately. But she said Dave and Chris been gone for years. So how do you justify why I can't get paid up there with them? I said, oh yeah, you know, that's a good point there, you know.
Yep.
But
They got that.
But I think her problem is more. She got a gender problem, a woman problem. She's a woman. Plus, she cares about what happens to the people around her on set. She looks out for people, and people don't like that shit. Most people don't like
No,
that
you
shit.
can't be doing all that trying to get up there and stuff like that. The Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, they wasn't doing none of that. They was, you know, if anything, they was shitting on people to get to the top. Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, and stuff. If you watch documentaries or follow them, like, please, man, they wasn't caring.
No,
you know what I mean? Who else? Eddie Griffin too. All those dudes, they weren't worried about what's going on in, you know, to the court.
They don't care. They just do what they supposed to do, and they get the hell up out of there. Whatever happens, if it ain't one of their boys or somebody attached to them, even if it's somebody attached to them, I've heard David Chappelle talk about this. Even if it's somebody attached to them, they'd be like, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
as long as they do what they do and get their check, they're out of there.
That's it.
But
and then sometimes it becomes not even about the money. They look at Dave Chappelle. It got so crazy in Hollywood. He went through all that, told how crazy the whole Hollywood scene is out there, that he left, went to Africa and gave up $50 million to do another season of Chappelle. But then he ends up coming back years later and making millions off the Netflix series that he did.
I think it was 50 or 60 million.
Yeah, he made about the same. He made the same amount he would have made doing the Dave Chappelle show, if not more.
And you know he's gonna disappear again.
Yeah. Oh, he said this was it anyway for him for doing the whole. He wasn't even gonna do it because when he came back. Most people don't know he was still doing his little stand up. Just no one was seeing the shit. You know what I mean? In his local town, and then once he started, I guess he started talking to Netflix.
He came to Atlanta. 2 years ago.
Okay, yep, yep.
Yeah, I checked him out. It was good.
Good show.
Yeah.
I never saw him live.
Yeah, I checked him out. Yeah, he's just the way you see him on Netflix. He's just like that in person, basically.
Mm.
Yeah, he didn't say anything, yo.
He's a funny dude. He's a funny dude. I like Chris Rock. Chris Rock's alright. He's not. He's a funny dude. He's a funny dude. He's up there.
Yeah,
But Chappelle, man, Martin Lawrence,
yeah.
Eddie,
He's
Eddie.
Martin Lawrence is supposed to be coming here sometime next month.
Are you gonna see him?
I don't know. I don't see that shit is gonna be at the Fox Theater. I don't like going down there. It's too much traffic, man. Oh man, fuck all that. I might, man. I just don't like all the traffic.
Nah,
Traffic
I
is
hear you.
crazy, man. Here, damn. It's gonna be a lot of people in there, man. I mean, the
Be packed.
crowds of people. I'm talking like, I think in the Fox Theater they hold at least, I don't know, at least 10,000. It looks like 10. I'm gonna say at least 10, 20. I'm gonna say about 20,000. Fox
Damn,
Theater, they hold about that. So I know it's gonna be a lot of traffic. I don't feel like that shit,
dealing
man.
with all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I was up in there before, and it was like crazy, man. I'm like, oh shit. They had two shows when who was up in there? Mike Epps had a show.
Oh man, Mike Epps. Yeah, I saw. Yeah. I saw Mike Epps. He's a funny dude. He's a funny dude. Yeah, he's a funny dude. I like Mike Epps, man. He's a
Yeah,
funny dude.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, man, this shit's been fun, bro. But I'm about to shut it down, you know.
All right, brother. You already know. Thanks again for letting me come on the show, man. It was good chopping it up with you like always.
Yeah, hold it down, man.
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon, Shot Game.
All right, peace.
All right, peace, brother.